I'm going to enter the 2028 Olympics.
Whoa.
For boxing in Los Angeles.
If I was Jake Paul right now, I would be shitting my pants.
Oh, bro.
Joe Rogan just wrecked Jake Paul's Olympic hopes in a recent podcast episode, and it has the whole fight world talking. The problem child's ego took a massive hit when he boldly declared his intention to save USA boxing at the 2028 Olympics. Talk about biting off more than you can chew. But Joe Rogan, the master of reality checks, wasn't having it. He absolutely demolished Paul's Olympic aspirations with a verbal smackdown for the ages. The UFC commentator absolutely roasted Jake for even thinking about the Olympics. I mean, let's be real. This guy hasn't even faced a real seasoned pro boxer yet. He's still out there swinging at other YouTubers and celebrities. And let's not forget those viral clips of him stumbling around like a drunk on the streets. Rogan's all like, Jake didn't grow up in this sport. He's not on that level, and he never will be. Let's break it down. Well, Jake Paul just threw a curveball into the boxing world. The guy's officially added Olympic gold medalist to his never-ending boxing bucket list. Can you believe it? In a recent episode of his podcast, BS with Jake Paul, he straight up announced his plans to compete in the 2028 Olympics right here in LA. The audacity of this guy. He's talking about saving USA boxing like he's the second coming of Muhammad Ali.
I'm sick and tired of waiting for another gold for Team USA.
So not retiring.
Not retiring. Like I definitely probably just added a couple more years onto my boxing career because of that, but I just Los Angeles, United States, sick as I mean.
Let's talk about the absolute disaster that was the USA boxing team at the 2024 Paris Olympics. It was a total meltdown. The likes of Joshua Edwards, Jamal Harvey, and Roscoe Hill couldn't even make it past the early rounds. It was like they forgot how to throw a punch. The whole team was a complete embarrassment, coming home almost empty-handed. No gold, no silver, just a single bronze. It was a national disgrace. The only bright spot was Omari Jones, who managed to scrape together a bronze medal in the 71 kilo weight class. But let's be real. A bronze medal is hardly something to brag about, especially when you consider the historical dominance of the U.S. boxing team. This performance was nothing short of a catastrophe. It's no wonder Jake Paul thinks he can come in and save the day. Desperate times call for desperate measures. Enter Joe Rogan, who has just thrown a massive wrench into Jake Paul's Olympic dream machine. In classic Rogan fashion, he's bluntly reminded the YouTuber-turned-boxer exactly where he stands in the grand scheme of combat sports. Rogan's message is loud and clear. Jake Paul is nowhere near the level of a seasoned Olympic-caliber athlete. He's a YouTuber playing dress-up in a boxing ring. Rogan pointed out that Jake's entire career has been built on a foundation of weak opponents and washed-up athletes. It's a far cry from the elite competition that dominates the Olympic stage. Jake thinks he can bring his influencer boxing antics into the Olympic ring? The Olympics aren't a playground, buddy. These athletes have dedicated their entire lives to this. The level of skill and intensity is off the charts. If Jake thinks he can waltz in and steal the show, he's in for a rude awakening. Rogan didn't hold back. He straight up said that Jake qualifying for the Olympics is a long shot. And even if he somehow manages to make the team, he'll be exposed as a fraud. It's like putting a kid in the NBA. It's just not going to happen. The UFC commentator made it crystal clear that he doesn't approve of Jake Paul's Olympic aspirations. He sees it as a disrespectful act towards the true athletes who dedicate their entire lives to achieving Olympic glory. Rogan believes that Jake is simply trying to capitalize on the Olympic brand for the fame and the cash, without putting in the necessary work or having the talent to compete at that level. Let's be real, Jake Paul is the king of clout chasing. The guy loves the spotlight. And what's bigger than the Olympics? Exactly. So of course he's trying to jump on that bandwagon. This is just another pathetic attempt to stay relevant. We all know his playbook. Call out every big name in the sport, from the champs to their grandmas, and drag them through the mud. It's all about creating drama and getting people talking. But let's be honest, this Olympic stunt is just another desperate cry for attention. Jake Paul thinks he's the baddest dude on the planet right now, especially after knocking out Mike Perry in the 6th round. 3 knockdowns. It looked impressive, sure. But let's be real, Mike Perry is not exactly a boxing legend. He's more of a bare-knuckle brawler than a world-class boxer. So, beating him up doesn't exactly put you in the Boxing Hall of Fame. Jake's acting like he just unified the belts or something. Chill, Jakey. You're still light years away from the real deal. Get this, Jake Paul has been celebrating this Mike Perry win like he just won the heavyweight championship. Jake, you beat up a former UFC athlete, not Tyson Fury. The whole fight world is rolling its eyes at this win. But Jake's out here partying like it's 1999. He's been spotted stumbling around the streets like a drunk frat boy. There's even a video of him looking completely wasted that's going viral and making all the buzz in the boxing community.
Jake. Hey, Jake. How are you? How are you, Jake? Jake? Hey, my brother. Be careful, my brother.
It's like watching a young Conor McGregor, but without the talent. Joe Rogan is not happy. He's calling Jake out for his alcoholism and dirty fighting tactics. Rogan says this isn't the behavior of a true athlete, especially someone who wants to represent their country at the Olympics. He's basically telling Jake to stick to fighting YouTubers because he's going to embarrass America on the world stage. And you know what? Rogan might be right. Michael Bisping, the former UFC champ, has also weighed in on the situation. And let me tell you, he didn't hold back. Bisping's basically saying, Jake, you're in over your head. He's warning Jake that he won't be able to control the fight like he does in his own promotion. The Olympics have their own rules and Jake's going to have to play by them. No more special treatment, no more picking your opponents. It's going to be sink or swim time for the problem child.
Now, of course, for Jake Paul, if he did go and fight in the Olympics, well, first of all, it wouldn't be his promotion, would it? So he wouldn't be able to cherry pick opponents. He wouldn't be able to take people that are way past their sell-by date, like Mike Tyson, who's 58 years old. No.
Anderson Silva, a former UFC middleweight champion, was 49 years old when he fought Jake on October 29, 2022. Jake, at 26, was more than 2 decades younger. Despite Silva's legendary status in MMA, his age was a significant disadvantage. There were even rumors of referee bribery, suggesting the match might not have been entirely fair. Challenging Tyson seemed like another strategic move by Jake. At 58, Tyson is much older than Jake, who's in his physical prime. But Joe Rogan pointed out the critical flaw in Jake's plan.
Replacement's a game changer.
Oh, yeah.
It's a different thing. Like,
Oh, yeah.
A 57-year-old man today, like Mike Tyson, it's like, that's not a 57-year-old man from 1990.
Tyson has undergone hormone replacement therapy, HRT, which has helped him maintain a level of physical fitness and strength that belies his age. This isn't the same as fighting an older man who hasn't kept up with modern medical advancements. So, by now, Jake Paul should have plenty of reasons to save his own skin and cancel the Tyson fight, because it's a huge blunder waiting to happen. It's like throwing an axe at your own foot if he doesn't. Well, I guess we'll have to wait and see how everything plays out. So, there you go, Fight World, that's all I have for you today. What are your thoughts on Jake Paul's Olympic aspirations? Fill in the comments section with your thoughts. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more boxing news. See you in the next video.